Hey, how's it going, man? Long time no talk. How's things going?
It's been good, man. Just prepping for February 15th. That's like all I think about day in, day out. So here we are. Yeah, it's good to talk to you.
Yeah, man, it's great talking to you. I love catching up and seeing how things are going. Less than a month away.
Yeah,
But I think congratulations in the store because you just recently got married. Is that correct?
yeah, back November. Yeah, finally
Yeah. So
after going on 8 years together.
wow. Well, congrats there. How was the wedding and how was all the festivities afterwards?
It was great. We like kind of did it non-traditional, and we're not big on the ceremony stuff, so we kind of did that ourselves and skipped all that, and just had a big reception with a bunch of family from back home and friends, and a bunch of the new family and friends we have here in Vegas, and it was epic, bro. That was it was such a fun time. It was better than I was envisioning, so it was great. I really it was one for the life.
No, it's great, man. Memories are what they're to be made of, and you'll always have that forever. Kind of like when I got married a while back, so I get the sentiment.
Yeah.
Um, Before we get into your fight, I wanted to kind of talk about your training partner, Murad Dvalishvili, and your thoughts on his great title win and arguably the biggest one of his career, and just kind of get your thoughts on how the fight went down, how you scored it, and how his performance was, and all that good stuff.
It kind of went exactly when people were asking me how I thought it was going to go. I kept saying the first couple rounds are kind of going to be a little dicey. Like I wouldn't be surprised if Umar, as good as he is, wins those ones, and then Marab takes over from 3 on. And I, in my mind, that's how it looked like it went. Marab just did his thing. Marab is what I keep saying. He's like he's different, dude. He's in my mind right now, like probably the bantamweight goat. If he had like Dominic Cruz onto the list, then without a doubt, he's beaten everybody who's been the best at bantamweight. So man, I couldn't be happier for him. That dude worked so hard, and he had a wild camp. I guess the cat's out of the bag now, but like he really messed up his shin. He had some real bad stitches and cuts, and that got infected during camp. And then his back went out at one point. Like it was just a rough camp, but still, that dude, I saw him every day in the gym, still like chugging along, doing his thing. So it was inspiring, and it's really cool to be around that on a regular basis. And yeah, like I said, I just couldn't be happier for him. He's a great dude.
Yeah, does training with someone like that kind of help you progress in your own ways and kind of get better day in and day out? Because I mean, he is the machine for a reason, and I'm sure he pushes you as much as everybody else in the gym and
Mhm.
to help get better.
Yeah, man, exactly. Like, and anytime, like after the workout's done or whatever, we'll sit there and we'll talk and just discuss like fight mindset stuff or whatever it may be. And he's always got some good things to make note of. And yeah, like literally, if I have somebody like that around me who's willing to give that kind of information and help me grow, I'm gonna be around it. So yeah, man, it's infectious in the gym. I think you're seeing it everywhere. That room right now is just sick. Syndicate's off the charts right now.
Yeah, you guys are really on. I don't want to say on the coming up because you guys been around for a while, but like I feel like you guys are finally getting the notoriety that you kind of deserve. Everybody talks about Extreme Couture in Vegas and that, but
Mhm.
you guys are like kind of on par with Extreme, and you guys are really kind of getting the notoriety that you kind of deserve now, right?
Yeah, I think so too, dude. And it's all a big part of that's Coach Wood. Like he preaches good stuff, teaches good stuff, and man, he just expects nothing but like our best effort. And I feel like when that expectation's on us, like the majority of us, we're fighters for a reason, so we kind of rise to that.
Right. Yeah, that's
Mhm.
true. I mean, you guys are as a collective kind of like you guys get together and really, bring each other up and really, push each other day in and day out. That's really kind of what's driving the team and each other individually. Fast forward to your fight. So when did you get, wind of this fight, and was Elijah the first on your list, or really did it kind of matter? Like, how did it all come together?
Man, I didn't really have a list to be honest. Like, I, other than I want to fight the best guys out there, the guys at the top of the division. But I know coming off of the last fight and the loss, I knew I didn't know what they were going to do with me, to be honest. I was like, okay, are they going to match me up against like one of these other vet guys? Am I going to be welcoming the newcomers? Like, I feel like I'm in probably the weirdest spot in the division in the UFC. Like I fought the best guys in the UFC. I've came up short against the best guys in the UFC. I have some wins in the UFC. Like I'm I'm kind of all over. I feel like nobody really knows where to put me. So and that goes for the brass as far as who they're matchmaking and stuff. Some of the public I get mixed reactions as well. But for a lot of people that have kind of been along for the ride, they're pushing for me and they know I'm skilled. So I kind of just ride with that. And whoever the UFC put in front of me, like I'm bringing hell to him. So when I got Elijah Smith, I think that was mid December. I'm not totally sure. Right before the holidays, I think, because it was right before the holidays because I ended up staying home and not going to see anybody because of it. Um, yeah, the dude's just kind of that's been my focus. That's where I'm putting all my work. Is just making sure I can go in there and beat this dude up. And funny enough, like we've trained in the past a couple years ago over at Syndicate. Like we were saying earlier, Syndicate's it's like one of the hubs here in Vegas. So we get everybody coming through, and I think we did one session together or something like that. Real nice kid, and then fast forward a few weeks later, I get the or from a few weeks after I get the call to fight him, I run into him at the PI, and he's like, "What's up, bro? I think we're gonna have a great fight." I was like, "Yeah, hell yeah!" Like, I plan to beat you up, but yeah, like, and then we sat there and took a picture and everything, and then we were just talking about like, yeah, we'll have to get one after.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think it's gonna be a great fight because
Mhm.
I've seen his skill set. I've talked to him. He looked great in the Contender Series, and
Mhm.
you've been around the block, and you're as skilled as anybody in the
Mhm.
bantamweight division. How do you like? How do you like this matchup, and how do you kind of see it playing out, though?
I think the veteran experience kind of plays a big role in this one. I think he's got some good skills. I think he's real athletic, but I think I know how to avoid his strengths and how to implement mine. So that's what I plan to do, and I plan to put the pace on him a little bit. And if he's still there at the end of the first round, then I'll get him out in the second. If he manages to make it out of the second, I'll get him out in the third. And if he's still standing by the end of that, then I know with all that said, I've done what I need to do to walk away with the win. So that's how I'm thinking about this fight.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at his Contender fight, right? I feel like that experience, like you said, kind of will play a factor in this fight because he did slow down a lot in that third round.
Mhm. Yeah,
He
he's
was
lucky that
taking
other
a
dude
ton of
couldn't
big
fight.
shots. Right. I mean, and the dude was also about a half a foot shorter than him too, might I add. But he
It's
didn't get it. He wasn't able to, really take advantage of Elijah's shortcomings. Do you
right.
believe you'll be able to take full advantage of what you kind of seen in that first encounter in the UFC in the Contender Series?
100%. I plan to I think of it this way, like the kid's got a bright future, but my future is now and I'm putting it on him. So that's where I'm at. And I think offensively I got the right stuff and defensively I got more than the right stuff. And I'm gonna catch this dude and put him away somewhere.
I like it. So who's kind of been helping you, get ready for this fight?
Man, the whole gym really. They so at the end of the year they kind of voted me team captain. So I'm trying to set
Nice.
the set the standard of like expectations and hard work. So as I put that out there, I tend to receive that as well. And literally the whole team's like, well, if we need anything, and like, um, we're all right there for each other. I think Chris Ocon's probably been like one of my main training partners and good friend. Really, he's kind of newer to the gym, but he's very skilled. He's fought in Fury a few times. He fought Hunter Azure on the Contender Series and stuff. He's solid. That boy can strike. So he's been one of my main training partners. Of course, got Cody Steele. I got Cameron Sandoval, who's another guy who's like up and coming, undefeated but sick little monster. I got Stav Koren. He's from Israel, but he comes this way and he's just sick. I think he's 4-0, 5-0 now. But that kid's got a bright future. Of course, Marab. I was training a lot with Maween, who also fought this last weekend and had a great performance and took somebody's O. Like Maween's he's a secret savage. So man, just that whole room, like I get on a lot everywhere I look, like there's no easy rounds. Like sparring day comes around, and I'm like, oh fuck, I feel like I'm going to fight. Like I get the pre-fight nerves. I'm like, okay, my hands start sweating a little bit. Like, yeah, man, I get in the right work with everybody I can. And under John Wood as like our general and just kind of directing traffic and telling us how and when things go. I think we're looking to have a strong year.
Like looking ahead, right? I know I don't want to look too far into the future, but what do you expect 2025 to look like if you get a win here on February 15th?
Honestly, I haven't put much thought into that other than I just got to go out there and win. Like I'm trying to make more money than I've ever made. I'm trying to win all my fights. Like those are my main goals, and then they're going to be broken down with these little goals along the way, right? And beating Elijah Smith on February 15th, that's one of those goals. So whatever that next what I don't know who the next one is, but my goals aren't going to change. Like I'm still going out there to win, going out there to beat these dudes up and collect a big check and make a name for myself because I think I've been around a little bit, but other than like the hardcores, they're not overly familiar with me, and I can't say I blame them based on some of my performances. I get it, but I think I've got a lot to offer the division in terms of skill set and entertainment. So just want to get out there, have some good fights, get some good wins, make some cash.
Yeah, no, and how does it feel to not have to go to your opponent's backyard and fight in there and finally be in your backyard at the Apex, and having friends and family kind of, embrace your fight there
Mm.
with you.
Yeah, man. So I was thinking about that because I've had a bunch of fights at Apex, but like over the years, and I noticed this when I got released and I fought here in Vegas and I was main event and I saw my face on a billboard and shit over here. Like I was like, okay, this feels like a hometown fight now. I was like, oh my God, I think Vegas is home now. Like it took a little bit to set in, but it's officially like it's home. So it literally is like he's coming to fight me. And this is like one of the first times that I really feel that in the UFC. So just taking that energy, I think is good energy and I'm running with it. Dude. I'm doubling down on myself and trying to go out there and have a good performance.
Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it. I'm sure your friends and your families and people that
Yeah.
support you are looking forward to it as well. Um, but before I let you go, I want to know if there's any, messages you have out there for everyone that's supporting you and all your fans out there that are eagerly waiting for you to take on Elijah Smith on February 15th.
Man, just that I really appreciate everyone's support throughout the years. I feel like the amount comes in waves, but there's always support, and that means everything to me because this is probably one of the craziest things like us human beings can do to make a living. So the support means everything for me, and I feel like with some of my past UFC fights, I haven't been able to make people as proud as I would like. And I think that's because I was out there trying to make them proud. I'm not going to try to do anything now. They're just going to be proud. I'm going to go out there and fight, and we're going to have a good performance. And I hope everybody tunes in, and I hope people can start saying like, you know what, I liked Vince before he was cool. You know what I mean?
All right, man. I appreciate you taking some time out here today with me. I look forward to your fight and good luck out there, and we'll speak soon.
Nah, cheers, bro. It's good talking to you. Thank you.